Okay, it's come to my attention that some of the students aren't familiar with how to make a name bar. It's also known as a name key, a lower third name key. Let's take a particular file and let's edit it so we can bring it down to the timeline.
Everyday teenagers are logging on.
Okay. Let's go back 15 frames by using the arrow key. Make an endpoint.
Everyday teenagers are logging on to social networking sites like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The things we say are out there for everyone to see, even school authorities.
We're going to put her name down, a lower third.
We asked students if they thought it was fair for the school to monitor activities outside of school.
Okay, we'll go back a little bit. Out. We'll drag it down here. Here we go. There's the color wheel of death. Okay. Now what we do, kind of a rule of thumb is that we wait about 3 or 4 seconds before we put a name key in. Let's watch.
Teenagers are logging on to
somewhere in there. What we do is we double click on the video part. We can unclick over here. So this particular icon is known as the linked selection key. Now when that is not selected, you can click on the video or the audio separately. Now when it's selected, it selects both. So let's unselect it, and we'll just click on the video. Double click. Then we go over here. This is the video generator. If we click on the little arrow there, go down to text, lower third. Now this lower third will bring up this particular window in the viewer. Let's go to the Controls tab. The top line here allows us to put in the name. Let's change the font to Futura. That's something that we use in class a lot. We'll leave the font size 36. White and yellow work best with video. Any of the other colors sometimes don't blend in very well with what we do. So let's make the name stand out by giving it a shade of yellow. Now we don't want to go in here and give it this canary yellow. That's just too much. Let's give it a nice buffer there. Okay. Now let's put RACC-TV, since she's a reporter for RACC-TV. If you type in the first 2 or 3 letters of the font that you're using, it'll bring that up, and just hit enter. We are using Futura. Now we want the title not to take precedence over the name, so we're going to make the title a little bit smaller. Instead of 36 font, let's make it 30 font. Let's also leave the color palette white. That way there'll be a difference. Now if you want to, if you go down here, you can put in a bar, which if we bring this down, there's another palette to give us an idea of what the bar looks like. Let's give it something that's red that will show up, maybe a dark red. Now if we're going to go into the motion tab, give everything a drop shadow so that it will stand out more. Now we've got the name, the title, the name and the title, 2 different colors. We decided to put a little bar in there that's going to show up in between the name and the title, and it's going to be a dark red. If we go to video, you'll see it. Now the default length of time is 10 seconds, but that's usually too long for what we want to use it for, so we make it 5 seconds. That's usually there we go. 5 seconds is pretty much standard, and then we just drag it down and butt it up against the cursor here. Okay. Now if we click on if we click on the lower third graphic and also go in here and make sure that image plus wireframe is on, image plus wireframe really just means that we're going to see the image, the video image, plus this X here is known as a wireframe. It allows us to, now we don't really want to do that, so I'm going to hit Command Z and bring it back to normal. But I do want to move around the name. I'm going to bring it down here to the safe title lines. I want to bring it down as low as I can. Okay, and then on either side of the graphic we want to put in a dissolve, a cross dissolve. Let's double click on the cross dissolve, change the 1 second to 15.
Oh my god, we should do this. We've had like a went out a bunch of people like tag all of their
And then render it.
I want to think of something. I want to think of something. I'm so old. I need to go find Hannah. Do you know where Miss Schweiger is? Yeah, I know where
Major
Create a lower third.
networking sites like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The things we say are out there for everyone to see, even school authorities. The school can punish a student for something.
Now you try it.